Howdy, welcome back to the shop. So I reckon we'll probably keep going on this. Okay, now off camera I took the two halves of this and put my center in here, and I turned the space down in between here to 5/8 and then parted it about halfway through and then hacksawed it off. So that separates our two pieces. This one I've basically finished, and so let's go ahead and finish this one up. Since I turned it down to 5/8 out here on the end, it ought to be able to go into a 5/8 collet pretty easy. So this lathe takes number 3, Morse taper 3 collets. And here's my drawbar for my collet. Yeah, that ought to be tight enough. Yeah, she's running pretty true. Cool. So this ain't the best surface finish in the world, but we're not taking this thing to the fair. That's bottomed out pretty good there. And that's bottomed out good there. It does feel like it's a hair tight on this end, so I'm going to kind of focus on this end with my file and bring that taper in to where it fits that adapter really good. Okay, so it's a little bit too fat down here on this end. So I will concentrate down here. Now y'all don't need to watch me sit and file for 20 minutes, so I'm gonna stop here and you'll join me back here in a minute. All right, I've got that fitting about as good as I can get her. So I think I'll bring my steady rest back in here, or my tailstock. Stick my live center in there, and I better true that end up, get her running nice and square. Now I need to make me a little relief right here. Okay. Now, next thing I need to do is bore that and tap it for 3/8/16, which is what my drawbar is here. And I think I'll do that off camera because drilling holes up inside of a revolving object is kind of boring. So I got my hole drilled and deburred and everything. Now this little lathe probably does not have enough poop in his pants to run a 3/8 tap up in that hole, especially if I ended up having to get a bottoming tap. It is the only thing I've got that's sharp. So we're going to, I don't have a spiral point tap or nothing. All I've got is a bottoming tap. So I'm gonna have to run that up in there, get it started straight, and then I'll just take it over in the vise and hand tap it. And that's all she's got. Okay, so I got my 3/8 threads tapped here on the end, and I've also got some 5/16 threads tapped here for my pinch bolts to go through. So let's get this thing in the chuck, and I'm going to turn the end off, get it square, and then we'll come in here and I'm going to bore this for 25/64, I believe. Yep, 25/64. Well, I wish I had a duller drill bit. Oh, I must have broke through. Oh. Oh, land negotiation. Well, let's see if 3/8 tap will fit up in that hole. Well, looky there. I found a 3/8 plug tab after I don't need it no more. So 3/8 tap fits the hole pretty good, and I've already got my set screw holes tapped. So let's pop her out of there and have a look at it. I think I'll deburr and round that over a little bit more. But you get the long and the short of it. That's about what we're building. Like I said, I didn't really take a whole lot of time when I was welding this up. I should have put more weld in there, and I got a bunch of porosity in it. But we're not taking this to the fair. This is not a fine Swiss watch. This is something that I built out in the shop on a rainy day to have something to do and hide from my wife. So anyway, I think next I'm going to probably build some, I won't really call them a drive tang, but I'm going to build some stuff, a tang to go back here in the back, to where if I use it with one of my, if I use it in my big drill press, then I've got somewhere to reach in there and stick my key, which may get important one of these days. So we'll see you around. Y'all drive safe. Watch for deer.